Stop number 3 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Richmond International Raceway. Now, I know somebody say, "Now wait a minute, wasn't Richmond supposed to be the stop before Charlotte?" Well, in previous years, yes, it was a stop before Charlotte, but we decided to move it to race number 3 on the season, so that's where we're at. So stop 3 on the season takes us to Richmond International Raceway, Richmond, Virginia, the first short track race on the season. As we're here today for the running of the Mobil 1 400, as we're set for 60 laps of action on this 3/4 mile road course, or 3/4 mile short track, excuse me. So I get my tracks mixed up. So, without further ado, let's get the start line for today's running of the event. On the pole, it is Kyle Matthews for the second race in a row on the pole for today's event. Alongside of him, Charles Samper in the DuPont Chevrolet car number 24. Matthews in the mellow yellow Pontiac car number 42. I should say Charles in the DuPont Chevrolet, not Pontiac seller. Sorry. Row 2, William Brock, the winner at Rockingham this season, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. And Seth Cole, number 98, Bojangles Chicken Ford, is alongside. Row 3. It's a Daytona 500 pole sitter, Jonathan Sorlin in 25 Kodiak Chevrolet. And beside him will be car number 52, Zachary Fitzwater in an App Auto Parts Ford. Fourth row has Jose Mills, number 31, the Mom and Pop's Biscuits Chevrolet. And the Daytona 500 winner, Eli Bright, in the number 8, Ray Bess's Ford. Row number 5 is Joshua Osborne, car number 15, the Motorcraft Ford. And Jesse Turner, number 71, Chevrolet. Sixth row, Dylan Young, in number 2, Miller Genuine Draft Ford. And number 9, Simon Bloomfield, in the Orkin Pest Control Ford. Next row down, Mitchell Collins, number 40, Dirt Devil Pontiac, and Quentin Moore, number 21, Sitco Ford. Next row down, Dylan Poteet, the Maxwell House Ford, car number 22. And beside him will be number 55, Nathan Orman, the Jasper Engines Ford. Next row down, Sky Cummins in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26. And beside him, Johnny Gardner, number 7, Hooters Ford. Next row down has Preston Plord, the winner the last time we was at Richmond, in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet car number 18. And Keith Batson in the 20 Texaco Haviland Ford is alongside Keith, one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Next row down is Kat Batson, number 16, the Keystone Beer Ford. And Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, KB and Press starting together in this race. Next row down, Jessica Shelton has her second in-car camera, the number 11 Budweiser Ford. She'll be flanked by Nicholas Wade and number 14 Cornflakes Chevrolet. Next row down, Rob Evans, the number 12 Meineke Discount Mufflers Ford. And our third in-car camera lies inside Cole Deaver's car, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Next row down, James Henry, number 75 Factory Stores of America Ford. And Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac, car number 44. Next row down has Diego Yepes, number 1 Skull Classic Ford. And Zach Winkle, number 17 Western Auto Chevrolet. Next row down, Riley Spurley Tube, number 27, the McDonald's Ford. And beside him will be number 33, Ryan Brommer, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Next row down, TJ Dent, number 68, the Country Time Lemonade Ford. And Paul Minnick, number 90, the Hollig-Mars Ford. Excuse me. Next row down, Vince Almarego, number 83, the Purex Detergent Ford. And another detergent's alongside. It's the Tide Chevrolet of Jay Jefferson. His car number is 5. So about all the laundry detergent products in the same row. And starting shotgun in the field, Ty Dent, number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac. So the field is lined up, 37 strong, getting ready for 60 laps around Richmond, and this is a day track, by the way. This is a day track we're doing here at Richmond. Just to see what happens here on this track here. So with all that said, the command's about to begin to fire the engines here at Richmond International Raceway. Stop number 3 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, the Mobil 1 400, and here comes the command to fire them up.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
In-car cameras again will be carried by Jessica Shelton, Cole Deaver, and Keith Batson. That's who will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event. So we'll see what happens here. Kyle Matthews started from the pole at Rockingham. He starts from the pole again today here at Richmond. 2 out of 3 in qualifying so far. He had a good car at Rockingham, but slid to the back early in the race and then got caught up in a wreck. So he hopes that don't happen again at Richmond here today as the field's about to come off turn number 4. Pace car is already on pit road. Green flag is out, and the Mobil 1 400 is underway at Richmond. Pole speed for the event over 125 miles an hour, and already a crash. Keith Batson has spun, come off turn number 2. Jay Jefferson in number 5. I think he might have been involved. I'm not sure. So several cars already in trouble here in the first laps of the race here, and some damage to the back of Batson's car. Kyle Matthews already wins the race back to the start-finish line with William Brock second and Charles Sanford in third. And the trouble spot is usually turn number 2 here at Richmond. And I kind of have a hunch he got turned around by his teammate Becca Tellier. Gets turned right to the outside wall here, and I thought he was going to get turned right into Jessica Shelton's car, and then gets right into Cole Deaver in number 3. I don't know if there was any damage to the Deaver car, but Mike Becker got a piece of it, and I don't think Jefferson got any piece of it as well in the 5 car. On board Keith Batson's car. So not a good start for Keith Batson as he got turned on the first lap of the race. So Fields gets up for green flag racing here this time by. It'll be on lap number 7. Kyle Matthews leads. Second is William Brock. Third is Charles Sanford. Fourth is Jonathan Zorlin. Seth Cole 5th. 6th is Zachary Fitzwater. Jose Mills 7th. 8th is Joshua Osborne. 9th, Eli Bright. And 10th is Dylan Young. As the green flag is about to fly for the fly again. As we're 6 laps into the books and 54 are left to, and 54 are left to go. And Jonathan Zorlin trying to make a power move here off turn number 2. 3 wide off the second turn here. Zorlin inside, Sanford in the middle, Brock on the outside. Sanford pulls up ahead just a little bit of his teammate as Jonathan Zorlin. Zorlin tries again through turns 1 and 2. And so Charles Sanford caught up on the outside. Now it's Brock and Fitzwater goes inside. Fitzy trying to make the move underneath. He and William Brock almost touched, come off the second turn here, and they're still 3 wide into turn number 3. Zorlin takes the second position now behind Kyle Matthews as they come off the 4th turn, and Fitzwater takes 3rd for the moment, but Brock and William Brock, the winner at Rockingham this season, not giving up. And that number 4 Kodak Film Chevy. And now Sanford feels a wrath from Joshua Osborne, number 15. Osborne had a solid run at Rockingham, the last race on the tour, having another solid one today here at Richmond. And one driver's had a solid start to the season so far is this man right there, Eli Bright, one of the rookies in the field number 8. He gets by Dylan Young in the 2. Now close up on Jose Mills in 31. But Eli Bright, of course, you remember, started off the season with the Daytona 500 win, but now he has a win and a second. He had a second at Rockingham. And thus is the early season points leader coming into Richmond at this moment. And Bright having another solid run so far here, as he had a solid start, as a matter of fact. He started this race in, I think it was in 8th positions where he started. He right now is currently running in 9th place right now, behind Jose Mills and just ahead of Dylan Young. Or to actually make that Sky Commons now 26, he's now taking 10th away from Dylan Young. And the Dylans are right together. Young in 20, Young in the 2, Poteet in 22. There is Poteet. Got his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory right here at Richmond, as a matter of fact. I think it was in the first race of the season, first race of the year. And running up beside him is Preston Plord in number 18. And oh, we got trouble. Seth Cole's been turned. And oh, and he turned 2 more cars around. Seth Cole goes up the track and takes Riley Spurley Tube and the 33 of Ryan Brommer with him. And 14 car of Nicholas Wade's damaged up. The 17 of Zach Winkle's involved in something. I don't know what happened. But caution number 2 flies here at Richmond on lap number 15. And it was a battle for 5th that went on between Seth Cole and Charles Sanford. They went into turn number 1. See what happened right here. Sanford gets a good run on the inside of Seth Cole. So they come off the second turn here. As we said, turn 2 is a trouble spot at Richmond usually, as they come off this, and Charles gives Seth just a little bit of a tap and turns the Bojangles car around. And it looked like it was just going to be a harmless 1-car spin. That's what it looked like it was going to be. And that was until Seth hits the brakes, doesn't hit contact with the wall, but he goes back on the track. And bam, takes the 33 and 27 with him. And turns him around. And then there's where the other Holocaust happened on the front stretch. Seth comes up the track, turns into Nicholas Wade and Mike Becker, and then gets turned by TJ Dent. Paul Minnick is involved. Whoa, good drive driven by, who was that? Ty Dent and Keith Batson. Jefferson and Winkle somehow gets through unscathed. And Keith Batson kind of mowing the grass here at Richmond. And this time he didn't get any damage from that ordeal. The back end damage is what happened earlier on the first lap contact. So that was the cause of caution number 2 here at Richmond International Raceway, as the Mobil 1 400 off to a bit of a rugged start. And the average speed kind of reflects that, almost 72 miles an hour. Nobody's out of the race just yet, though. Paul Minnick did have some damage to where it ripped the front end off, the front end clip off the number 90 Heilig Myers Ford. But right now it is Matthews, Zorlin, Fitzwater, Brock, Sanford, Osborne, Mills, Bright, Young, and the 26 of Sky Cummins as the top 10, at the moment. 11th is Dylan Poteet, Preston Port 12th, Jessica Shelton 13th, 14th is Becca Tellier, then 15th is Mitchell Collins, Kat Batson, Jesse Turner, Simon Bloomfield, Cole Deaver, and Diego Yepes, the top 20. And battle for second place between Zachary Fitzwater and Jonathan Zorlin. Off the fourth turn, and Fitzwater has the four-car William Brock and Charles Sanford in 24. Following him, and Joshua Osborne has got the best seat in the house watching this action as well. Zorlin dropping back just a little bit. There's Eli Bright. Sky Comets move up to the 8th position as he gets past Jose Mills. And now two-car of Dylan Young. Both making yellow flags now flown again for the third time. And this time it's Nicholas Wade at number 14 that's crashed again. So the third caution flag of the day flies at Richmond. Yeah, cautions usually at Richmond, and this is no different here. And Riley Sportive gets turned by Zach Winkle, and oh my gosh, him and Nicholas Wade both crash hard. Winkle and Minute got into it as well, so catastrophic chain reaction being set off off turn number 4 at Richmond, and that causes caution number 3 to fly here at Richmond as Nicholas Wade comes down pit road, 45 miles an hour to pit road speed limit on this 3/4-mile racetrack here. Dylan Poteet somehow slow in the number 22 car. I don't know if it was an unscheduled stop being made or what, but the Maxwell House Ford following far back a little bit. So we had a green flag run, then we had a caution flag that flew, and now we have a caution right on the restart here, Richmond. So Kyle Matthews continues to lead, and lap cars will be on the inside. That's Nicholas Wade in 14 and Dylan Poteet in 22. Excuse me. Shame for Poteet because he was knocking on the door of the top 10 before his problems set. Right now it is Matthews, Brock, Fitzwater, Sanford, and Osborne in the top 5. Then Zorlin, Bright, Commons, Mills, and Young. The top 10 as the green flag flies once again. Sanford gets up underneath, tries to get behind Dylan Poteet, but that does not prove to be a good decision at all. As Sanford's going to get held up and almost taps the front of Joshua Osborne's car. And off the turn they come here, and let's see what happens here. And they have the inside. That's going to get held up here. That's Sanford, Bright, Commons, Kat Batson's held up, and as is Becca Tellier, she's held up as well. Shelton's on the inside, as is Johnny Gardner. Lap cars not getting out of the way for the leaders. That's a dangerous situation. And Poteet gets turned by Charles Sanford. He'll take Shelton. Gardner's in it. And I think 83 Vince Almerigo's in it. Cole Deaver's in it. I don't know if he's damaged or not. Mitchell Collins. There's Quentin Moore. Yep, you knew that was going to happen when the lap cars don't knock it out of the way of the leaders. That can oft times happen, and the leaders, like Charles Hammer did right there a minute ago, just gets angry, turns the lap car around, and the end result is dire straits. You saw Jessica Shelton go down pit road for an unscheduled pit stop. Well, let's see what unfolded here. Sanford gives inside of Poteet, turns him right around off turn number 4. Sanford says enough is enough, and he just turns Poteet around. He takes Shelton, takes Gardner, Quentin Moore, several others. Diego Yepes all scraped up a little bit. There's Rob Evans getting a little bit turned. Jay Jefferson got turned in the 5 car. Ty Dent's got some damage to his car. Paul Minnick spun just a little bit. And Jefferson, I don't know if he's going to take it out on Ty Dent. So Ron got to take it out on because Ty Dent was not the one that caused the crash. You see the cars of Sanford and Shelton both going to, and Sanford just cuts right in front of Shelton for no inexplicable reason. On board, Jessica Shelton's car. She was running 15th when this happened. Well, that was Jessica Shelton's view. Now from Keith Batson's view. And poor old Keith Batson is the second Holocaust he's been in today. And now from Cole Deaver's vantage point. Didn't sound like Deaver got very much damage on his car, so he may still make a go of it, but I'm not sure, to be honest. 16th is where Deaver's at right now. Some of the other cars, I don't know what's going on, but only cars out of the race right there, Jay Jefferson and the 30th Ty Dent's all out of race. While Nicholas Wade, Dylan Poteet, and Jessica Shelton are all 1 lap down. So, lap traffic to the inside here, Richmond, as we're starting now from the I think it's the 4th caution today. I kind of lost count after 2, but I'm not sure. But anyway, Comet season down, green flag flies once again. We're back underway here at Richmond. Sometimes we're going to see a mess here in turn 3. I don't know. Trying to get out of the way of the lap cars here. Osborne goes underneath. So does Sky Commons. Eli Bright goes underneath Shelton. Now keep an eye on this pack of cars right here because it's going to get ugly. This looks like Talladega Racing. 3 wide racing here. It's like something we'll see at Talladega about a few races from now for the Winston 500. But I tell you what, that is trying to get by the lap cars. Jonathan Zorn's having a hard time in that 25 car, as is Vince Almorigo in 83. And Almorigo gets turned in the 83 car. Vince Almorigo got turned in the 83 car. And no caution. I don't think there's a... Nope, no caution. We're staying green. And now we're under caution. And I don't know what caused the yellow flag to fly, though, other than, well, may have been debris on the track. But Almorigo for all intents and purposes, does bring out the yellow flag here at Richmond, and you get restarts in lap cars here at Richmond, and more often than not, cautions breed cautions. And it's a shame for Vince Almerego. He was running 16th when this all happened too. And let's see what happened off the second turn. He tries to get up underneath Zorlin and Shelton. And Zorlin came down on Almerego, and they both and I don't know why it didn't take the 21 of Quentin Moore out. I do not know, but Almerego's car backs right into the inside fence. And something tells me they're not going to be done with the yellow flags just yet, because there's inside because the lap cars, of course, again starting on the inside, average speed 66 2/3 mile an hour. I don't know. Just not much green flag action here at this racetrack here. So see what happens on the see what happens here. Race starts here with 16 laps to go. Kyle Matthews who's been the dominant car so far, leads him down. William Brock second, third is Fitzwater, fourth is Osborne, and fifth is Dylan Young. And Dylan Young awfully close to that back bumper of Shelton's car. He, Preston Plord, Becca Tellier in the 6th. And now they come up on Nicholas Wade in the 14 car to try to lap him. Sky Commons makes a smart decision. Go up underneath him. Shelton decides to go up underneath Preston Plord. And whoa, Plord about turned the 14 around. And now Dylan Young is going to turn Shelton in the grass. Oh my gosh. Saves it. Off to number 2, and Tellier and aggressive goes around. Becca Tellier got turned, come off turn number 2 by Jessica Shelton. Caution number 6 flies here at Richmond. Deaver's involved. Seth Cole involved. And I would imagine under that helmet, Shelton is fuming underneath the helmet right there. Pretty much for the 6 car not being out of the way, obviously. Not to mention the fact that Dylan Young almost turned her around, come off turn number 4. Let's see what happened come off the 4th turn the first time here. This basically is what started this whole Holocaust. Dylan Young just about turned the 11 of Shelton around. I thought she lost it for sure come off the 4th turn. Because like the track saves it. And right up against all those cars, Sanford with damage on his car. He is between Young and Plord. And now decides to start to pick on the 6 of Becca Tellier and the 3 of Cole Deaver. Turns Tellier sideways, come off turn number 2, bounces off Eli Bright in the 8. And then mayhem starts. And poor Cole Deaver, just an innocent bystander in this whole situation as well. In that number 3 Goodwrench car, Deaver was running in 12th position when this all happened. And this happening on the 48th lap here at Richmond. On board Cole Deaver's car. And so, with that all said, Deaver drops to 31st after this crash, and Johnny Gardner 7 is now retired out of the race. He is, for some reason. Well, it's a single file restart here at Richmond. Here, we're going to have a restart here with, I think it's going to be 6 laps to go. No, 7 laps to go, excuse me. Kyle Matthews, he's led every lap so far. Can he hold on for a dominating win at Richmond? We're about to find out in 7 laps in the Mobil 1 400. Off the turn here, they come here. It is Kyle Matthews leading, William Brock second, third is Zachary Fitzwater, fourth is Joshua Osborne, and Sky Cummins in fifth. And now the green flag flies once again. Brock gets through Poteet. Okay, and now he's going to have to push from Joshua Osborne in 15. As Osborne takes third from Fitzwater. And all problems again! And this time it's Rob Evans. He's involved. Rob Evans involved, Zorland's involved, Shelton again involved in the 11. Mike Becker in the 44, 6 of Becca Tellier. And aggressive goes around again. Well, caution seems to be the rule rather than the exception here at Richmond. Take a look at what happened. Nicholas Wade, I think, got turned by Jose Mills. Yep. Right in the Tellier's car in the 6th, and then turns her around. Rob Evans gets involved in the 12, and then mayhem ensues once again. Shelton slams in the Tellier's car. Zorland involved. Riley Spurley-Tube involved. 9 of Simon Bloomfield's involved. Somebody call the WWE and put a wrestling ring inside Richmond International Raceway, because there's going to be some fights tonight. There is going to be some fights in the garage area. I will guarantee you that tonight. Well, the light's still on the pace car with 2 laps to go, so we will not get a restart here. So the the Mobil 1 400 is going to end under yellow. Appropriate enough, because the whole dang race has been is under yellow. That's for darn sure. Caution flag flown for the 7th time here today. And I'm not sure. I actually don't know the real kind of cautions. I kind of lost count after about 2 or 3, but anyway. But it appears to me your winner is going to be the 42 Milliela Pontiac of Kyle Matthews. He'll take his first victory of the season, as Kyle's going to get the green and white, get the yellow and white flags both. There it is. So Kyle Matthews is going to pick up his first victory of the season. Second's going to go to William Brock. Joshua Osborne with a solid 3rd place finish here today at Richmond. Zachary Fitzwater 4th. 5th will go to Dylan Young. 6th will go to Preston Plord. 7th to Mitchell Collins. A great day for that number 40 Dirt Devil team. 8th will go to Sky Cummins. 9th to Charles Sanford. And another solid day for Eli Bright, finishing in 10th position here today. Cat Batson 11th. 12th will go to James Henry. Jesse Turner 13th. Jose Mills 14th. 15th will go to Zach Winkle. And we'll get the checker flag here right now, as Kyle Matthews will come off the fourth turn at a slow 45 miles an hour, which happens to be the pit road speed limit at Richmond. And there it is. Kyle Matthews wins the Mobil 1 400 at Richmond International Raceway. Average speed of 65.256 miles an hour. A very pathetic race, I will say, at Richmond because of all the yellow flags. Rest of the finishing order for you right here. Keith Batson, 16th. 17th will go to Ryan Brommer. 18th and Nathan Orman. 19th and TJ Dent. Vince Almerigo finishes in 20th. Diego Yepes, 21st. Quentin Moore, 22nd. 23rd. We'll go to Mike Becker. Simon Bloomfield, 24th. Rob Evans, 25th. Riley Spurley, 26th. 27th will go to Paul Minnick. Cole Deaver, 28th. 29th will go to Jonathan Sorlin. And Seth Cole, 30th, the last car on the lead lap. Rest and the 3 cars 1 lap down. Dylan Poteet, 31st. 32nd, Nicholas Wade. And Becca Toyo, the last finisher, in 33rd. Out of the race, Jessica Shelton, Johnny Gardner, Jay Jefferson, and Ty Dent. All those cars out of the race. Average speed, 66.256 miles an hour. Caution-filled race at Richmond, as pretty much expected in some ways. And I bet you a lot of those guys will be glad to get out of Richmond and head for Atlanta, which is next on the tour for the running of the Motorcraft 500 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Should be a great race at their track. It shouldn't be any worse than this race was. But I digress. Anyway. So that will do it today, Richmond. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got interesting gaming videos, whatever the NNSCRA technicals are for his channel. And please be sure to check out the Coors Light Truck Series, the latest Last of Us Life Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out, as well as Michael Norman's Budweiser All Pro Series and Levi McIntyre's Marble Studios Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out as well. I guarantee you all these guys will have races are a whole lot better than what I have to offer. I guarantee you that after today at Richmond. But anyway, so that will do it today here. Congratulations again to Kyle Matthews, the winner of the Mobil 1 400. And for now, this is James Colsman, production of the NNSCRA, off on racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?